Hello, hello. Welcome. This is G. Yep, you're watching Astrology, and we're going to talk about the new moon. We have a new moon coming up in the sign of Aquarius. Yeah, and it's this month, it's in January. So, you know me, I'm going to pull up a chart and we're going to take a peek at some of the planets and their locations because we have some interesting energies. And with this new moon, there might even be some shocks and surprises. All right, so here we are. We're going to mark this chart up. As you see on the chart, there's already a markup on it. And it is showing you the date. Let me scroll that down a little bit. There you go. January new moon, January 21st, 2023. There's your new moon time of power. For those of you who do your intentions, 2:52 p.m. Yeah, that is Central Standard Time. All right, January 21st. Now, we know a new moon is when the sun and the moon are together. So this is what we've got here. Sun and moon energy together. Look at the power, right? Look at that. Sun at 132, moon at 132. So it's the masculine and the feminine energy together. When we have them together, we know that it's a time of creating. Something is going to be created. And this is a powerful time. And it can feel intense in a way, but it should feel new. It should feel like a bit freeing, actually, because this is that energy. This is the sign of Aquarius, right? A new moon in the sign of Aquarius, where we have, see that Aquarian energy? Yep. Same sign right there, Aquarian energy. This is science. This is mass transportation, the supply chain, right? This is technology, advancements for humanity. That is Aquarius energy. It's also astrology. It's group energy. It's friends, new groups, right? Social causes. That's Aquarius energy. It's a very altruistic energy. I'm a big fan of Aquarian energy. It's so much related to the future. I will also add, this is the angelic realm, Aquarius energy. You know, it's like the cosmos. It's like you've got friends in high places, right? Having a new moon there can be super potent, super powerful if you have something near the degrees of the new moon. This new moon is at 1 degree and 32 minutes. You see that right there? 1 degree, 32 minutes. Okay. So in your chart, if you have anything within those orbs, which would be like even 29 degrees of Capricorn, look at Pluto. Look at Pluto at this new moon. It's conjunct this new moon. It's at 28-20. So that's within a couple of degrees away from it, right? It's a little bit more than a 2-degree orb, honestly. But if you have something in your chart, like I know somebody, we just got off the Starry Night Live. They have their natal moon at 28 or at 29, actually. So this new moon will be very potent for them. Will be very potent. It's a new beginning. And the way you know the area of your life, like where is this going to affect me, is by finding out the house number. So as an example, the house number for this chart, let's pretend that this new moon is somebody's chart, right? So I already pointed out there's the sun and the moon. This is house number 12. You see that? Let me throw that over to the side. House number 12 is right there. So if you're looking at your chart and you see the first thing you're looking for is Aquarius energy. And when you find the Aquarius energy, then you look for the degrees. Then you look for 132 in Aquarius. So for you, it could be in your first house, right? You could be having the new moon in your second house, or your third, or your fourth, or your fifth, or sixth, or seventh, and so on. Okay. So it represents a new beginning. So it could simply be new friends because that's Aquarian energy. It's a new idea. It's something that is freeing, something that is about originality. It's unique. It's me standing out. It's me being an independent being, right? So the word individuation comes to mind when we talk about Aquarius energy, because it's that time in our life, especially when we're young adults and we're just like leaving high school, going into college. Are we going into college? If nothing else, we're like, hey, I got to get the hell out of this house. I can't, I'm trying to separate from mom and dad, separate from authority figures. That's Aquarius energy. We rebel. We're a bit rebelliousness. So this is a new moon, and it will be a new moon. And because of the authority figure, right, that is Aquarian, somebody who's in charge, there could be information, there could be news, there could be somebody in the spotlight that we have all heard of. So that could be a public figure of some sort, um, where there was some sort of a new beginning, something is happening in their life, and we may be hearing about it. Because here's Mercury. See, Mercury, it's now moving direct. So Mercury was standing still, right? Mercury just changed from going retrograde to moving direct like the day before of this new moon. It's really powerful. It's like, holy smokes. And then Uranus. Look at Uranus. I have the arrow pointing at the North Node. That's at 9 degrees. But we also have Uranus. Uranus is important at this time because Uranus rules this new moon. Why does Uranus rule this new moon? Because Uranus rules Aquarian energy. So whatever the planet is that rules the sign, they are the ruler of that event. And this is a new moon event. So Aquarius is all about, I'm sorry, Uranus is all about shaking up the status quo. It's about doing something outside of the circle, doing something that is not the norm, doing something, it challenges authority, it challenges rules, it challenges tradition. It says, you know what, enough of that old. We're done with the old. We need a new system. We need to create a new paradigm. We need to create a new structure. We need to create new forms. That's Uranus energy. It's inventive. It is Thomas Edison. Maybe that's the wrong thing. Maybe I should just say Benjamin Franklin. Maybe I should say Nikola Tesla, Leonardo da Vinci, the Wright brothers, airlines, right? I mentioned that earlier. Airlines, they definitely need some new stuff happening. So we'll see what's going to happen, but we have to take a look at Pluto, and Pluto is 28 degrees in Capricorn, and so that's business and government, people who are in power, people who make those decisions. But because Uranus rules this, let's see if Uranus is going to square or trine anything. Uranus is at 1456. So a square to that would be Leo energy at 1456. Astrologically, there's nothing there. But is there anything in your chart at that degree? Right. That's how you'll know. Do you have something at that degree of 1456, or we'll say 13, 14, 15 degrees? All right. Because it's going backwards. But the big deal here is this Uranus is going to stop retrograding shortly after this new moon. And that means this Uranus is moving very slow. So when a planet is moving slow, when it's about to stand still, we feel it more powerfully. So it shocks and surprises with our values because it's Taurus, shocks and surprises with the earth, shocks and surprises possibly with banking and money and finance, because those are things with Taurus. Creature comforts. So we think of food, right? We think of all these things. Uranus is here to help us to shake up our old value system, to juggle it up, to throw it up in the air, to see what's stuck on the wall, to reprioritize, to really take a deep, hard look and say, do we really need this anymore? Is this something we've even looked at in the last year? How long has this been in the attic? You know, Taurus used to be, and I guess still is, but definitely not with Uranus in it. Traditional Taurus was the love of things, the love of material things. So there could have been accumulation. There could have been, oh, I need more, right? But with Uranus there, it's this Taurus has a reevaluation going on, saying, but how important are these things? At what cost? And is that cost worth my peace? Taurus energy. Is that worth my peace? Because with Uranus there, it's there to disrupt your peace, right? And so what gives you peace in your life? Ask yourself these questions. This is what Uranus is challenging you with, okay? Now let's look at the Aquarius energy again, because we're looking for what will actually set up a square to this. So 14, 15 degrees, we don't really have much of anything. So that's good news. What you want to do is look in your own chart to see if you have anything. This Uranus energy is um is typically going to be the energy that is just like, I feel like I got to break out of here. I feel like I just got to get away. I feel like I just need some freedom and some independent action. That's Uranus. And I need to have my own value systems. Like some people who were married, there might be this, where they had their shared finances, where they had them mixed. It may turn out where some couples may realize, you know what? That's not giving me peace anymore. I need to make sure I have my own bank account set up. Like there needs to be something here that is mine, that is not ours, but that is mine. Sure, we can have ours, but I also need mine. And that's Uranus shaking things up, shaking up our peace, shaking up our creature comfort, shaking up who we love and what we love. That's Uranus energy. Okay. Now we're going to take a quick look at the moon's nodes for this. They're at 9:31 already. Wow. This is on January 21st. Look at 9:31. So we've got Taurus, Earth, and Green, 9 degrees. This is going to be beautiful and beneficial energy for any Tauruses who have something at 9, 8, and 7 degrees. Yeah. Taurus is going down in numbers. Remember, when it gets down to 3 degrees, it's going to meet up with its pal Jupiter. Yeah, they're going to meet up together. Speaking of Jupiter, look at Juno and Jupiter are together. Look at this. They're both at 4 degrees on this new moon. So it's independent action. It's our bodies. This can be the military. This can be the police because it's Aryan energy, which is Mars, which is somebody who carries a weapon. But it's also about our body and the freedom of our bodies. Jupiter is the Supreme Court. Yep. So makes me think of women and their rights to their own bodies. It's Jupiter and Aries. What about the abuses to people? Because Aryan energy is some of the oldest energy on the planet. Think about that. Think of the oldest energy on the planet. What color are they? They're not white folks, just so you know. They don't have the skin tone that you see on my face. No. So the wounds of those people, the wounds of yeah, the wounds of those people. Jupiter and Juno. There's something here being paired up. It's Juno and Jupiter together, which is typically very beneficial energy, folks. Typically. Now, these two planets are actually in a trine with Black Moon Lilith over here. Yeah. And this trine would have occurred earlier. You would have been noticing this a week, 2 weeks prior to this, actually, because of the degrees of Jupiter. Jupiter right now at this recording is like at 2 degrees. So it's receiving a beautiful sweet trine from Black Moon Lilith. So it's Leo energy. So it's beneficial, it's optimistic, it's courageous, it's positive, it's fun, it's children. And then Vulcan is here as well. So that can be powerful. And again, look in your chart. Do you have something at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 of Aries degree? This can be highlight your own physical body, right? How physical are you? Do you feel these urges to get in shape? That's Aries energy. I need to have my body. I need to be able to do things. I need to be able to be physically active, because without that ability, I lose my freedoms. Yeah. So that will be a big factor in general for people, just to feel good about themselves, to have that body autonomy, to have that freedom to move about and to function. Now, I do want to also point out one other thing, and yeah, this is pretty cool. Look at Saturn and Venus on this day. Uh, we'll feel this even the day before, January 20th and January 21st. Venus is conjunct. Venus is conjunct Saturn. Venus is my money and my values, right? And it's liberties. It's freedom of my body. It's freedom of my values. This can be digital money because it's Venus, and that's our values and our money. Digital because it's Aquarian energy, technology and science. Saturn is the rule maker. Yeah, this is the rule maker. Almost looks like maybe possibly some information from Jay Powell or the Fed. But this is Saturn, which is rules and our long-term goals. That is Saturn energy, structures and rules, long-term goals. Okay. So overall, there's energy that can feel disruptive, but we just have to remember that we are trying to be flexible. We're trying to be able to uh, have the ability to pivot. And this is the theme. This is the theme because look at all the Aquarian energy. I mean, look at all that. That's all Aquarius. The moon, the sun, Vulcan, Cheroklo, uh, Venus, Saturn, part of fortune. Like we have all of this Aquarius, futuristic, angelic realm help, the future, group energy, transportation, technology, inventions, science. We have all that energy there. And Uranus in Taurus. So something with banking, likely more cryptocurrency stuff. And last but not least, look at Mars. Still at 8 degrees. Mars is at this 8 degrees for a long time. I mean, like weeks, because it stopped retrograding at that number. And when a planet stops, it has to stop before, it can go forward again. So it goes through that slowing down period. It stops and then it goes forward. And then it takes a little bit of time for it to actually get some momentum and actually move forward. So yeah, this Mars is still at 837. So it's extreme. It's powerful. And remember, it's still out of bounds. Mars is still out of bounds, which means it's extreme. And remember, Mars rules Aries. It's people that carry weapons. Okay. And I mean, you could be a person that carries a weapon, but this would be like the military. This is the police. This could just be somebody even using their car as a weapon, like road rage. I have a story about road rage that happened not too long ago here with my housemates. I haven't been able to share it, but yeah, road rage, using the car as a weapon even. So just keep that in mind. It's not to scare anybody. It's just to say we're still in territory where we just are being careful. We're being cautious. We're being smart. With Mars, this last note I want to add is look at the beneficial trine with food. Mars, transportation. This is Jupiter. Mars being very active, very fast, being first, trining. So that is something that I love sharing, is that we have something beneficial. So at the end of the day, when it comes to this new moon, we're being open-minded and we're paying attention to our dreams. We're paying attention. There could be angelic assistance that comes through. If there are suggestions and things that are different, things that have nothing to do with your routine, consider them. Consider them, okay? Mercury is not out of its retrograde zone yet. Mercury does not leave its retrograde shadow zone until it hits 25 degrees in Capricorn, folks. So we're not there yet. Okay. That's not going to happen until February. Right. So we're not making any decisions, right? We're not making any choices. And if we are, they're temporary. And we know that they're temporary. We're waiting until after, because Mercury and Mars have to go through and get out of their shadow zones. Okay. So remember, open-minded, maybe even meditate, but friends coming through. Friends may have information. Friends may have suggestions. And that's Aquarius. Have you ever heard of earth angels? You could have people in your life, new friends that just kind of show up at the right time in the right place, or just maybe even it's a smile, maybe it's a phone call, maybe it's a text message, maybe it's a digital communication. Aquarius, group energy. When you're in a chat on a YouTube live, that's Aquarius energy. There might be something beneficial that happens there, information that comes through that helps you to make a choice or to see something, a different perspective, to reconsider some things, because this is all about new. Just remember, with Aquarian energy, you're seeking freedom and I'm seeking freedom. We're all seeking something new. We're all seeking independence. Okay. We just got to remember, like, do we want to be a one man on an island type of thing? No, like that's not how we function. There are things I'm good at and things I'm not so good at. So we need All of us. We need our unity. We need our understanding. We need our compassion. We need our empathy. We realize that at the end of the day, together we're better, right? So just be open minded and be willing to fluctuate, be willing to pivot. And as one great astrologer once told me, this is a great time to learn to surf. Anytime you're dealing with Aquarius energy or Uranus energy, just pretend you're out there on the waves and you're surfing. You don't have to be perfect. The main goal is to get up on that board and to be able to fluctuate and to pivot and to adjust your weight. The thing is, you want to keep your nose and your mouth above the water line. You don't want to drown, right? And so that's what we're doing when we're in Aquarius energy. Set your intentions January 21st, 2023, 2:52 p.m. Please include the angelic realm in your intentions because this is a time when that realm is open to you. They're listening. They can hear your prayers. They can hear your pleas. And prayer with group energy would be super, super powerful at this time because it is a new moon in the sign of Aquarius energy. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate your time. Below the video, I'll have all the degrees for those of you who like to pay attention to the degrees in your chart. Again, if you don't know and you want to know, just comment below.